So I'm very fortunate that hopefully this coming week I'm going on holiday. But to do so, to head to Austria, I have to take a PCR test. Now the PCR test has to be no older than 72 hours. That's 3 days. So if I left it at the latest possible, when I get to the airport and check in and they ask for my proof of a PCR test to show that I don't have COVID, it could be 3 days old at that point. I could have travelled all around the country. I could have been socialising, partying, night clubbing, dancing, even gone to Leo's Leckland. And possibly caught COVID. But because I had my test 3 days before, they wouldn't see that. It's just an absolute farce. Now, it would have cost me 995 krona, which is about £80. Luckily, I'm going on a skiing holiday and the skiing company very kindly give you a discount, which takes it down to 599 krona. That's still £50. It's a lot of money for a silly piece of paper that utterly is irrelevant in regards to this pandemic. It doesn't make any difference, and there's only really one beneficiary of all this money, which is the pharmaceutical companies, because as they keep selling these PCR tests to governments worldwide, they're making a ton of money. And let's face it, when this pandemic eventually quietens down, who's going to stop making money? Pharmaceutical companies. Ugh. So I had the test an hour ago. Now I've got a horrible waiting time, potentially up to midnight tonight until I actually get the results. Hopefully I'm traveling tomorrow, but it means literally my travel plans are on hold until I get that result back. It means now an excruciatingly frustrating wait to find out whether it's negative or positive and whether I can actually go or not. It completely kills the thrill of going on holiday. It kills the excitement, the enthusiasm. This is the most frustrating day I'm going to have probably this year. Now, the other frustration of the PCR test is that it can even show a positive result 90 days or up to 90 days after you had COVID. So over the last 3 months, I might have actually had COVID-19, not noticed, not realised, and I'm fully recovered and I'm not contagious anymore, but a PCR test can still show a false positive. That also poses the concern of what about when you come back? When I fly back from Austria, I need to take a test before I fly. What if that says positive as well? Again, a PCR test. Although I think Austria accepts an antigen lateral flow, which apparently don't have that same challenge. But again, it just compounds the fact that this whole system is a pointless, scammy farce. And there's another aspect to it as well. Let's say today my test is positive. I really hope it isn't. I can't go on holiday. I can't travel. And the holiday companies are cashing in on it as well by having a COVID insurance. On top of additional insurances, if you're diagnosed with COVID before you travel, then they'll give you a refund except for the booking fee. They're claiming that your regular insurances won't cover it, and I checked with Landsforsikringen, they won't cover it because apparently COVID is not under the Health Act, but it's under some viral act, and therefore you're not included in any of your insurance. This is just a big cash cow, and it really is pointless. It's not going to stop the spread of Omicron. It really isn't. In fact, experts and professors have just recently said that everybody will end up having Omicron at some point. It's spreading throughout the entire population.
I don't think we can stop COVID-19. We can't stop the Omicron variant. It's going to be everywhere. Everyone's going to be exposed to Omicron.
4 hours later. Still waiting, and I still at this point don't know if I can go on holiday. So frustrating. Oh, Swedish winters, it's now even getting dark outside. Still no results. Finally, the news just came through that I've been waiting all night for. It's pitch black outside, it's late, I've all packed, I'm exhausted, and I just wanted to know. And I've just got a text message saying that fortunately, it's negative, so I can go skiing tomorrow. But again, this whole process is just a big farce because, okay, I'm traveling tomorrow, but I could have taken this PCR test 2 days ago and it still would have been within 72 hours of travel. In the meantime, I could have partied, been everywhere, caught COVID and taken it to Austria with me. So this whole thing is just a big cash cow, and it's just the pharmaceutical companies profiteering from this in conjunction with the government. Now, I don't know if you've noticed in the news as well, but Pfizer tonight announced that they have a new vaccine coming out. I mean, seriously, this is becoming a ridiculous concept. But they have a new version, an upgraded version, which supports Omicron. Great, and it'll be ready for March. Now, of course, the pharmaceutical companies are going to keep rolling out this information because they make money. And it's no coincidence that the CEO, when he was interviewed tonight, they had the Pfizer stock ticker next to it showing a massive incline in their stock price, making that CEO even more wealthy. It's sad that this COVID pandemic is very much political and financially motivated instead of what it should be, which is for the best interests of the global population. To me and to many others out there, it doesn't seem that that's the case. Anyway, we will see. The next challenge, of course, is that we have our COVID passports, which allow us to travel abroad when you've had your second injection. However, when your second injection becomes, I think it's more than 9 months ago, then your COVID passport is not valid, not till you've had a booster. So then your COVID passport needs 3 injections. How long before it needs 4, 5, 10, 50, 100 with each upgraded version of the vaccine? Who knows what the hell this is doing to our bodies as well long term. This is the first commercially released mRNA vaccine. If you don't know what mRNA is, look it up. It's a transport mechanism for a vaccine which prompts your body to produce proteins. It's DNA and genetic related. It's not like any other vaccine. You may hear people saying, oh, we've been vaccinating people for years. Well, yeah, we have, by giving them small doses of the virus and allowing their body to naturally produce antibodies. mRNA is completely different to that. This is the first. In fact, prior to this mRNA vaccine from Pfizer and Moderna, the only testing was, I think, on cats against rabies or dogs, on animals, never on humans. That's why many of us are questioning this and are a little bit apprehensive. I'm not anti-vax. I vaccinate myself and my child against everything else that's well established and well tested over the many years. However, this is not, and that does worry me because we're piling on into our bodies lots of stuff that's not really thoroughly tested and it's not really thoroughly proven, and this virus is mutating. What about if this virus mutates in a way that the vaccines become more dangerous to us? The vaccines that we've already put into our bodies and that our DNA is already producing protein for. Who knows? We will see. Anyway, let's hope that this saga all completes very soon and that people open their eyes a little bit more to what is the reality here. I'm not sure that any of us really know what reality is anymore. Regardless, I'm going skiing tomorrow, so I don't care for now. Thanks for watching, folks. Comment below, by the way, if you have any thoughts on this. Hit that subscribe button and thumbs up or thumbs down. Cheers, guys.